What's up, guys? Everyone is here back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video is going to be the episode 1 of going for this fusion or fragment fusion, which is the Incarnate. So I am going to be going for this champion on this free-to-play account. I've decided I want to go for it mainly because of Faction Guardians. I only have one dupe here for Faction Guardians for High Elves, and if I do end up pulling Incarnate in the future, at least I'll be able to slap her in here right away, get another dupe, put it towards the Faction Guardians. But also I like the unique synergy that this champion has with Arbiter. She's not super powerful, I will say, and this is more of a harder fusion. Plus I also want to go for fragments, so in case I for some reason don't end up getting her, at least I'll have fragments to toss into High Mother mod. So if you're deciding on not going for this champion, the Incarnate, you could just go for the fragments for the Slicksis champions that you need to fuse into her. Go for the fragments for them, and then just literally pull them for more chests to pull for High Mother mod. Because of course, Mother mod is going to be a way stronger champion than the Incarnate, in my opinion. But you can leave your thoughts and comments down below on whether or not you think High Mother mod or the Incarnate is stronger. So that is another thing you could potentially do if you wanted to. Now, in terms of the news, let's take a look here. They've got YouTube Premium, which you can get 2 months of YouTube Premium just by playing Raid. So if you're interested in playing Raid, please consider using the description down below, my link to play and join Raid. And you can get 2 months of premium YouTube. You just have to follow the steps here in the YouTube Premium news. I'm not going to read that out to you today, but go ahead in there and check it out. So the Incarnate Fusion itself, we have to get Slicksis Scarhide. You'll need to get 400 fragments from special events. You will be able to earn all the necessary fragments in these events. However, there will also be a special additional summon rush. So there's going to be an additional summon rush, okay, from June 11th, which is going to be next week on Tuesday, until Thursday the 13th, where you can earn extra 50 fragments. So that's actually really good, just in case you skip out. It allows you to skip out at least on, like, say, one Dungeon Diver event from the 6th to the 10th, because Dungeon Divers events really suck these days. They're hard to beat, and they're usually back to back to back. So you got Dungeon Divers 1, 6th to the 10th of June, then right afterwards, 11th to the 14th, then the 15th to the 18th. And that's what I mean. It's legitimately back to back to back. And if you have a ton of shards saved, you can get 50 fragments for a Slicksis, which means you can skip a Dungeon Divers and you can skip a secondary Dungeon Divers if you wanted to, which might honestly be easier on your gems, right? So if you're trying to save your gems, you can just go ahead and do a summon rush. But this obviously would only work if you are mid-game, late game, or just really, really good at saving shards. So it's not going to be for everybody, and you might have to just go for everything in general. But again, if you have the shards to do it, which I may consider just going for the extra summon rush, who knows though? They could put the fragments really far down, and it could be a waste of your shards. But then again, you just kind of have to make your decision wisely. So coming back here, we also have, during the special summon rush, you can also earn 100% more points than usual when summoning champions from Ancients and Primals. So if you have a stockpile of Ancients, so this kind of counteracts what I was just saying. It might be worthless, as what I was saying, to pull your shards because you're going to go through a ton of them. But if they're boosting 100% points for Ancients, which a lot of people have a ton of Ancients probably saved up, then hey, it might be super helpful to go for those 50. I'd rather do that than do 2 Dungeon Divers events back to back, which Dungeon Divers you always have to utilize additional gems unless you're crazy good at stockpiling energy in here, or you're really good at saving energy in other areas of the game. So that's pretty sweet. What else do we have here for the Incarnate Fusion? Artifact enhancement. The first one is going to start on the 8th, which is not for 2 more days, which is not until Saturday. So 8th to the 11th. So save up your silver. Make sure you get prepped and ready for the artifact enhancement. That's super, super important. So a couple things you can do. If you really need it, you could hop into the clan shop and you could pick up this silver here. It's not always recommended, but you can pick it up. It does cost the coins, but if you're just saving for the legendary skill tome, then just pick up the legendary skill tome, since legendary tomes are so difficult to come by. I just picked up the silver anyways because I wanted to. And then I've got energy that I already picked up because I was putting it towards Fire Knight farming. And then the rare skill tomes I picked up as well for future CVC content. And then in terms of, we've got dungeon divers going on right now for events. So I'm at 1175. That's with 1000 energy plus the 400 plus energy that I had already from today without even dipping into gems yet, which is crazy. And I'm only at 1175. You need 3725 just to get the first fragments. Fire Knight with over 1000 energy thrown into it, I'm only at 1592. That's actually decent for it being out for only the first day. I am going to go for 2750 for this 4-star chicken, as well as Slixus. But I want to try to mitigate how much resources I'm spending during this fusion, just because I don't want to spend too many gems during the fusion. I want to save for the future fusion as well. I am at 13.5 million on the silver. I should be at about closer to 20 million by the time the first artifact enhancement comes around. So if I'm lucky and I get good RNG, I'll complete the artifact enhancement event on the first day if I wanted to, because I'm going to do a gear cleanse. And then I just level up gear to level 8 or level 12 or level 16, depending on the gear pieces I'm trying to level up or get rid of, and then go from there. Not sure why I came into here. Let's go back to the news really quickly. So what else do we have going on? Champ Chase, June 14th to the 17th, which is next week. We do have the Summon Rush starting tomorrow, June 7th. And I'm going to have to pull shards. You're going to have to pull shards in general. You could skip. Technically, you could skip a Summon Rush if you want, if you're going to go for the 50 additional fragments. So say I skip a Summon Rush and I skip a Dungeon Divers and I just go for the Summon Rush here on the 11th. It might be best for you to do that. So skip the first Summon Rush and then go for the Summon Rush on Tuesday, the 11th. That might even be better for you than what I originally said before about skipping 2 Dungeon Divers. So I may consider that when the Summon Rush comes out in the morning. Other than that, I've been just kind of farming away, doing my dailies, doing the typical things that I do on a day-to-day basis. Nothing too crazy on the account right now, but you should also be stockpiling champions for the upcoming champion training as well. So keep in mind champ training when you go in. If you're trying to just use your brews, you could just go in for like these level 3s. I just typically do 2 brews, get them to 15, and then I move on. The rank 2s, I just level them up from campaign. And then the rank 4s, I usually will level them up. If this was a level 1 rank 4, I would typically just level up with 3 brews to level 21 and then go from there and either feed them or, you know, farm the rest from campaign or something else. And I'll have at least 3 to 6, maybe 7 rank 4 level 40s ready to go. And so I could upgrade at least 2 champions to from rank 5 to rank 6. That's how I typically handle it. But anywho's, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Just a quick one here for you today. I am doing the Incarnate Fusion, hoping to get her. Hopefully you guys, if you decide going for her, get her too. And please consider subscribing to the channel on your way out. And I'll see you on a video soon. Take care.